Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning, guys. So today I was facing a lot issue with connection. Heck of a issue with connection. Also, not able to understand if the voice you are audible, my voice is audible or not. So there should be one provision when you speak. There should be able to. We should be able to understand. The speaker should be able to understand voice is able to go or not. So let's start with the activities. It's already being late today, 10, 12. It's close to 15 minutes. mm, and this time is like genuinely it's like YouTube connection issue. It's heck of a like uh, I was like trying so hard to connect, but not getting any alternate ways. And the device which I have is so much slow that it takes a lot time to just open the browser page. So without wasting, we'll go ahead with like steps to capture events using the Facebook pixel. So yesterday we talked about the events and pixel. So today we will talk about capturing the events using the Facebook pixel. So you can use Pixel to capture specific events or actions that happen on your website. This you know, right? So then whatever whichever the audience is landing, like from Facebook ads or organic, so you will get to know that so audience have came from ads or your audience have came from organic. So this all is possible because of the tracking code, pixel code. The name is pixel code. So type of events. So there is a three different kinds of events. So what's the first type is standard events. So standard events are actions that Facebook recognize and support across ad product. So such as example like completing registrations, search, or adding to wish list the product you're adding to wish list. So this kind of events are standard events which comes under standard events. You can use event to capture conversion, optimize for conversion, and build audience. If you add the appropriate code to your website, then you can do this also, capture conversion. You can optimize for conversion or build audience, even adding the code for the standard events. So what does the standard events does? So it helps you to capture the actions. And the second event is custom events. So standard is a default events. So custom events is like the actions that fall outside those covered by Facebook's. So some events are not in the standard events, and you can customize with respect to your choices. So you can create and capture custom events by adding to the website code, just like the standard events. But custom events can be named anything other than the standard event. Standard events you can name it. It's a default naming clut- clutchers, and the custom events you can name it. So that's the one of the difference. And also you have a more flexibility in custom events if you know about the scripts. And the standard event you have like a default code which has a limited set of tracking events or actions. The last is custom conversion, just like custom event, that's a custom conversion, which allows you to segment your event based on values. So you can segment your events information based on values, event type, values and event types. The custom informations, fields and other characteristics are more detailed reporting in ads manager. So when you create a custom conversion by building rules, so that define the high value activities that are more important to business. So your custom conversion will be applied to your offline event set. So most common conversion is a URL based conversion. URL based custom conversion, that is the most common. That is mean to you that example of like when you submit some forms, you get a thank you page. So that is like a custom conversion URL. So that the URLs trigger and it start considering that action is completed. So how to set up the standard custom event? How to set up like standard or custom event? You will have the options to set up standard event when you create a pixel. If you choose not to set up events at that time, you can still add them afterwards. So when you're creating a pixel, it will ask to set up in events also. If you skip that, you can create later. If not, you can continue that process which we had already discussed in last video. So do check that video. Also keep a note about this point. The process to set up custom event is same as a standard event. The process is same, except add your own name or code instead of the standard event code. You can give that custom event your name. Also you can add a code so that you have flexibility in the custom options. So how to add an event code? So you have to go into that code of your website, copy the event code from the Facebook, and then you have to place it within the head tag at the end of the head tag. You see the opening of head tag and closing of head tag. Before closing, you add that code, and so even though if you have like existing code between that tags, make sure your pixel code underneath the end of the head tag. Facebook, there is like a, so you can add the Facebook pixel base code with addition to that code, and where you will the, where you will insert the standard event or custom code. So the addition process is very simple. You create it your custom code, or else get the standard code and then add it into the website. Around closing heading head tag, we, within closing head tag at the end of. So once you have added the code, you begin with the information of the specific events. So this was about like adding the code. So how to set up this custom conversion? So we didn't talk about the custom conversion setup. To see more details on custom conversion or to track its performance, select its name and the overview panel will open. So under event manager you have that option custom conversion. So when you so first of all from your pixel page, go to custom conversion, and once you go there, create a custom conversion. So once you create it, you will get a number of fields. So one field is like a custom conversion name. You have to name that conversion. So there will be like a rules and drop down. Use that drop downs and create a rule for the URL. So let's say URL contain this, then trigger this. So you have a rule and you can add a number of rules you want. Add another rule. check that drop down. In that drop down, you drop down, you will get that option. Just like I said, that thank you page, when it trigger, it will track. But to track that, you have to mention URL containing thank you page. Then give that event name as a thank you event, and select the category which it belongs to. You have a drop down list of categories, and once it is done, there you have to fill a value for that conversion. Anything you give that value is, it's like thank you page. One conversion has like 10 value, 100 value, whatever your conversion value is, your conversion value is. So give that, then hit that create, and it is finished. So you have created the custom conversion. Now it will begin to track this event provided on the basis of the information you have feed. So once it is done, to see that detail, you go to custom conversion tab and click on the name of the custom conversion you have created, and you will start getting an overview data. So so if you are using like partner site to create a Facebook pixel, so if you stuck somewhere, consult with them. Or you have also, they have Facebook also have the documentation, you can go through it. How to, if let's say you're using CMS platform like WordPress, Drupal, Joomla, whatever the Magento, so they have these steps, follow that steps. That will be much more easier to uh, create that custom events rather than manual. In manual process, you have to be very careful with the website codes. You miss something, then you won't be able to execute or track this event. So if you're good at with the your website code, then you can go ahead with and execute it. If you're not, then do consult some developers and get it done. So how to view your event result? So when you view your events results, there is a multiple metric is there. So what is that metrics? And uh, each metric has a meaning behind it. So let's say if the metric when you click on the let's say there is a data source tab, and you can measure and optimize ad campaign that you use. You can measure it, optimize ad campaigns. You have added the pixel 1, pixel 2, a name test pixel 1, let's say text pixel 2, any pixel you have added. So that pixel has a data in it, which is segmented in like event receipts, top events, and activity. This three section you will see when you click on that test pixel code. You will see a metric. When you go in the data event manager, so there will be your page, then there will be like data source tab. Once you click that data source tab, you will see your list of pixels you have created. You can have multiple pixels. You click on that pixel, then you get three options: whatever the event received, and what was the top events you have added, and activity. So event received is like the number of events the pixel has been received. And what is a top event? So whatever the event you triggered for, triggered this pixel. So it may be page view, it may be like buy now, add to cart. So that kind of pixel, or let's say there is a second pixel where you are capturing the lead. So this all comes in the descending order, like maximum maximum traction you have built, that will be on top, and least traction is on the bottom, that will be like graph. And activity, so you will be having graph which will show the activities of like number of events measure every day per day. So that of last 7 days, close to last 7 days, you will get the data in that summary graph. So it will help you to understand the behavior of people who have just recently visited your website, and to quickly identify any problems with how your event has been set up. And once you go, this is like a summary tab. When you go to the data source, you get summary, and this summary is based on event received, top event, and activity. And once you click one of the pixel, then you get an overview, complete detail overview. So in that you can see a time frame and a complete overview, like a page view. What was the page view? What was the view content? Or buy now. Each and every events you will have that graph, and you can see the details about it. At that respective time frame, what was the event? Let's say this event is received in buy now. That detail you can see when you go to overview section, and that is a beauty of this analytics. You can try understanding how your user is behaving. Also you'll get to know event code is working or not. And once you understand the bottleneck, you can have a very smooth, you can build a smooth journey to your user. So that's it about the steps for capturing events using Facebook Pixel. So this is how you start capturing. Just to understand standard events, custom events. In standard, there is a default things you got, and you can measure and track default things. You can add some code to standard event also. In custom, it's fully flexible. You can add whatever codes you want. You can add trigger whatever events you want. So this is the difference of two events. And in admin panel under data source, you will get these options to go through or overview this data which you have got. So let's jump to the next topic, which is movie. So movie which I picked today is like Walter Mitty. So you have heard about this movie. If not, you should surely watch. So this guy is like he's a guy. He's a shy guy who worked at the mediocre job for all his life. He often zones out and start daydreaming about amazing things happening around. This, I will do that, I will be doing this. So usually a lot of people dream about it. We go somewhere and we start having the dreams, even though that same things is happening, job and work and same work. No, none of the new things are happening, and you start having the dreams. And also he sign ups for the dating website hoping that he will get a girl to chat. mm, but he had nothing to put on his profile, so you have to add your profile. So you don't have any kind of profile or experience to add. So after an important photo goes missing at work, so the job comes to the line, and the job so he gets an ultimatum that it's an important photograph and it's like missed. You have to get it rectified. So he goes on the journey to search that photograph, to search in the search of the photographer. And in this whole experience, hmm, after like traveling Greenland, Himalayas, Iceland, so his daydreaming completely fades out. And then he started understanding and he get to know the beauty of the life. So that is a lesson we get from movie, that all your vision can become reality if you have the courage to pursue them. So in the life, it is necessary to take that first step, and not only taking that, put your heart and soul to pursue them. That's it, guys, for today. I'm trying to keep it short video. It's not that we can't have a long video, but when the day will come, I don't know, it may be tomorrow or day after tomorrow or couple of months. Someday there will be a lot of people who we will have an engagement. That time I surely have a good span of duration, so that we can have a detailed chat, a discussions to and fro. No doubt today also I have people around who are watching this channel. They are also online family of knowledge sharing community. So just let's build it. The more it build, the more time we can have allocated. See you guys. Take care and namaste.